Well, I'm very pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Lakeland Rustlers men's volleyball team, Taylor Dyer. Taylor, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me about some volleyball today.
Of course, I appreciate you taking the time.
Not a problem. Well, last season, you guys had a really good year, but obviously you didn't get the result that you wanted in the playoffs there. But just going into next season here, just tell me a little bit about the off season and just some of the acquisitions that you've been able to bring into this roster for next year.
We're pretty excited. I mean, the off season has been a pretty good one for us as far as signing some recruits that I hope are going to make us better, uh, not only right away but in the future. We've certainly got a little more deeper in our roster, which is great. And again, like you said, our success last year was good, and so we bring back just about everybody. There's a few pieces that are finished up their career with us, and we had a big piece, Brady Cole, moving on to play at UBCO for next year. So that one hurts a little bit, but I think we're pretty good as far as the recruits we brought in. We have Zion Lang from New Zealand, so he's competed and trained at the Greater Melbourne Volleyball Academy, which we've had other athletes come through in the past. So we know that he's going to be ready to compete right away as far as being a first year athlete. So that's pretty awesome. So that's one of our bigger ones. Added some local talent as well. Aiden Rollick and Shepard Gao, two pretty athletic and just amazing humans, to be honest with you, and then also great students. So those types of players never hurt you either. So we're excited to be adding some local talent as well. And then again, we're just getting a little bit deeper everywhere. So we added two more middles, which was kind of a tough spot for us to recruit. So yeah, Elijah Rayner's coming in from outside of Red Deer from Sylvan Lake, and Declan Mercer from North Battleford. So both I think are going to add depth and um, really are going to help us, down the line in our future as far as continuing to be successful in the conference. So yeah, things are looking really good. We have maybe two more pieces we might add late here, or just waiting on a couple things. But again, those will just add some depth and potentially be getting a 5 year transfer athlete that can make a big difference for us as well.
Well, one of the players that you did mention there is Shepard Gao. He's a local boy. He went to Lloyd Comprehensive High School here in the city. Just tell me a little bit about that recruiting process with Shepard. Just what did you see out of him that that impressed you most, really?
Shepard is a tremendous athlete. I mean, you just look at his high school career, and he's one of those kids who he's a multi-sport athlete, plays a ton of different things: basketball, volleyball, badminton, like track, like you name it. He's involved. Very good student as well. So again, like I said, that's the main reason why our student athletes come to Lakeland is education first, and then volleyball second. So and then just all my interactions with him over the years, I've got to know Shepard quite well um, over the years. So again, just an amazing kid, good human being. Comes from a great family. Diane Gao has been heavily involved. Shepard's mom has been heavily involved in our club volleyball system, and not only putting in her time and resources, and but also being a big supporter financially, not only to our club system but also to our men's and women's volleyball program as well. So yeah, we couldn't be happier to be adding Shepard to our roster. He's just all around a perfect fit for us. He'll come in and play some libero for us, and hopefully he sticks around for a while. And I think we could see really good things from him.
Well, going into next season, obviously, you guys will be facing teams from not only the North Conference this time in the ACAC, but also in the South as well, which is something that hasn't happened in 10 years, really. Just tell me a little bit about just the excitement that comes with, facing teams from both conferences and maybe just some of the challenges too.
It's gonna be kind of a cool change, I think. Um, as far as I mean, we're still gonna play the North Conference a couple times, and then everybody in the South once. So it's gonna be challenging, I think, in that we're gonna have to play two different opponents on a weekend, which we're certainly not used to. We haven't had to do that ever in the history of me being with the program. So going down and playing Olds and then having to play Sate, or having to go down and play Lethbridge and then Medicine Hat, those types of things. So two opponents in a weekend is going to be not something we're used to, but I think our guys are welcome to that challenge, and it's going to be just kind of cool to be able to see all the rest of the conference a little more often, and it should really give you a good gauge as far as where everyone sits within the conference as well. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of a cool change for the league, and we're with that schedule for 2 years at a minimum. So we'll probably reevaluate and see where it's at, what that looks like, and then we'll see if it sticks or if we go back to the old ways.
Certainly. Well, training camp is not too far away for you guys. It's going to be happening later in August. Just tell me about some of the expectations that you have for the team going into next season here.
My expectations are always very, very high for this group. The last 5 years, the program's turned around. Our culture is the best I've ever been a part of, and so expectations for me are always going to be high. We'll sit down at the start of the year, and we'll talk about what kind of goals we want to set, what expectations we want to set, and let them really be in charge of where they want this program to go, and kind of the legacy that some of the older guys want to leave. So my guess is we're going to be looking to improve on last year. So certainly making playoffs, hopefully starting in a little bit better spot is in the North. So yeah, we want to be able to compete every night, which I thought we did a great job of last year. And then this year should be no different. Like I said, we've retained just about everybody. We've added some depth, and so we should be pretty strong volleyball program next year. And I'm just looking forward to seeing where we stack up against everybody else.
Well, unfortunately, that is all the time that we do have for this interview, Taylor. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and taking time out of your day to talk with me about some Rustlers volleyball, and best of luck on next season here.
Appreciate it so much. Thanks.